Namaste. Welcome to yet another episode of Wise Out Career Guide. Today we have Miss Urvashi Singh with us, who comes from a hospitality background and is here to share her journey of her career, how she got into the hospitality line, and where she's reached so far. Urvashi, welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Neha. How are you?
I'm good. So, Urvashi, tell us what made you first of all decide to get into hospitality.
So in the beginning, I was not a very good student in school, and for me, science and commerce was not the option.
Mhm.
And early years of my school, I knew that I couldn't do science or commerce. I'm a commerce student, but I couldn't really manage studies in school that well. So when I went to my counselor, they found an interest. They found my interest in cooking and hospitality,
Mhm.
and they understood that I was people's person, and they asked me to check out these courses other than the usual ones. Back in 2009, hotel management was a upcoming course.
Mhm.
So then I came across IHM Aurangabad. I That's how I started my journey. So
Okay.
I did give a lot of different colleges, but my college was IHM Aurangabad,
Mhm.
and I did a 4-year BA honors from IHM Aurangabad, in their hotel management section.
Okay.
So it was that's how I began my journey, and from there I have done various courses. I
Mhm.
have done an executive MBA in
Okay.
marketing, and recently I finished my MA in tourism and travel management as well.
All right.
And now I'm planning after my MA to get into a PhD. So it's a complete switch that I've done from
Okay.
being a person who did not study well in school. Now I'm into academics and education.
All
So that
right.
is how my education journey has begun.
So tell us, during your hotel management course, I believe there is a compulsory internship also that needs to be done with the course.
Yes. So we had during our 4-year process, 4 years of our college, we had initial 1.5 years of training. So
Okay.
it was first 6 months was on the job training, which we managed to do in Taj Residency Aurangabad. So
Mm-hmm.
in that 6 months, we went to all different departments of the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and we understood and we tried to assess which would be better. One entire year was given to us as an internship, where we already chose our department. So I was from rooms division, front office, and I did it from Vivanta by Taj Blue Diamond, Pune. So
Okay.
I did my internship, and the end of the year we had to submit a dissertation.
Okay.
So it was our experience with the hotel, the problems that that department in that hotel was facing, and the different changes that we would write.
Recommend.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was I think that is a very good way where students get to know which different areas they can work and
Mm-hmm.
understand and assess themselves better. So that was an
Right.
initiative by my college, and now most of the college are doing it.
Okay. So, how many years of actual theory you had had before you went for this 1 year internship?
So we did first. My college had a very different course structure because it was affiliated to University of Huddersfield and Taj Group of Hotels. So
Okay.
first one entire year we did not do any on the job training. We
Mm-hmm.
just had theory classes, and
Okay.
after our first semester we did 2 months of training first in
Mm-hmm.
Taj Aurangabad, and
Okay.
then later we did again 4 months of training with Taj Aurangabad. So
Okay.
end of second year and first year end we did it, and then third entire year after the session we were doing our internship.
Okay. So, was it difficult, going into the job and then coming back to study?
Yes, but
Wasn't there a feeling that, now that we've worked for 1 year, we're already trained, and, what more can there be to study? Why can't they let us
so during
continue to
our
work?
on the job training, because we were a bunch of kids from a college, doing shifts together, it did not make much difference. Half of our college was in theory sessions and half of us were working. But when we did our internship, we were all across India and abroad. And end of the internship, we realized that we had to come back to our college, submit our dissertation, clear our papers, and then sit for campus placements again, which was indeed tough. But it gave us a heads up for our final placements.
Okay.
So it was a very good preparation for us, for our placements in the end.
Okay. So tell me, when we talk about rooms and front office, what exactly is the role? What is the, work that you have to do?
Uh, See, rooms division of the front office is front of the house as we know, but it is divided into various sections. So we have guest relations, we have a control room also, where all the calls come, you pick up the calls, you get it transferred. Then in few front office, we also have a small section of reservation depending on the type of hotel it is. If it's a small
Okay.
hotel, reservations do come under front office also, otherwise it comes under sales. Then you have a guest relations, a separate team who just handles guest problems and greets VIPs, and then you have a butler also in the house.
Okay.
So they all different sections of it. So
Okay.
it's not just reception. Then we have a night auditor who does the billing in the night itself. Then there's a section in the front office which handles all the banquets,
Okay.
so and the groups. So there are
Mhm.
different sections, and there are specified cashiers on the shift as well, who handles
Okay.
all the billing and the forex and everything.
Okay. So, what was the experience like, when you thought of getting into hotel management and you realized the specialty that you want to get into or the segment that you want to work in? The image that you had created of what the job would be like versus the reality of a hotel?
So the first time when I went for my interview for Taj and Oberoi's, I gave both the interviews and I was in a fix. When I entered the lobby, it was a amazing, magnificent hotel, and the ladies and the gentlemen dressed so well, speaking so well, and I thought this is it, and this is what I want to do. When I went to hotel, I realized that it is a difficult job. It's not just a receptionist or a cook or a chef that we call it in layman language ki haan wo receptionist hai, front office. It's not that. For a high end business hotel or a high end 5-star hotel, there are different challenges that a hotelier faces. So when you are new to hotel industry, first of all, the shifts, it is long hours, and when your family members are not working, you will be working, because hotels are generally full on holidays, and
Right.
they are generally full when it is weekends, when your other friends and family, so you can forget about your weekend life or anything. But yes, it's a fun life. Then apart from that, you have a routine task. Initially you do have a routine task which can get very boring. For
Okay.
example, a housekeeping personnel will have to do the same job every day in a particular set SOPs, a particular set of manner, so that the standards are maintained, which
Right.
sometimes get to you. If you're sitting on the con center, you have to pick up within 2 rings. It's a particular routine, so it does
Right.
get a little boring sometimes.
Monotonous.
It's yes, and monotonous also. You have to keep updating yourself. So these are few things that initially you would face. Then, because the industry, we do not realize, but it is a very fast paced industry,
Okay.
so you have to be on your toe. There'll be days when it is very boring, there are no client, very slow, and then you have a big group entering in and everybody is on your foot and everybody is working very hard. It doesn't matter what hierarchy, everybody's in the lobby, kitchen, checking everything. So it is a very fast paced industry. So if, for example, when I entered, I'm a very laid back person, very soft
Okay.
spoken, And for me, it used to be, whoa, what is happening? So that is, and then you have to handle customer complaints.
Okay.
So initially, when you enter the industry, they do not realize that you're a trainee, you're an intern, you're a manager, you're somebody who's representing the hotel.
Correct.
So for a customer, you need to be able to handle them well. So that is one skill that when you're in the industry, only then you'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
Not, not in your college or not when you're uh, during your training, but when you're actually working on shift, you realize the different kinds of complaints that have started coming in, and how you deal with it. That is absolutely on you, because it's so fast paced. Sometimes an intern is only handling, without nobody knowing that he's handling the situation, or a manager is handling a very high end problem. So
Right.
that works on you. You need to work on your interpersonal skills that I think
Mhm.
only hospitality industry can teach you. And these skills are something that you cannot learn from any college or any other experience.
Anyway,
Yes.
experience. Okay. So, from hospitality, why the shift to marketing and the other courses?
So basically in hospitality, you have a lot of options. So when I went as a management trainee, that was my first exposure. After my Taj trainings and everything, I got picked up by Hyatt, and I successfully completed my management training program with rooms division in Park Hyatt, Goa.
Okay.
And after 1.5 years, I became team leader rooms division.
Okay.
But I was very excited, and when other options had come up, so digital marketing was picking up, PR in the hotel was picking up, and
Right.
I just wanted to update myself.
Okay.
So that is why I did. While I was working with front office, I was suggested by my HR that I can do certain courses along with that, so that the switch is simpler.
Okay.
So in hotels, actually, it's a plus point. You can relocate very fast, and
Mm-hmm.
also you can make switches within the departments also. It's not very
Oh,
difficult, other than how it is in corporates, that if you are from HR, then you cannot switch. In
right.
hotels, you can easily switch.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of updation in your whole work ex, and
All right.
they offer you such platforms where you can switch.
Urvashi, just to understand with the way the industry and all the segments are growing, are there other options for a hospitality student or hotel management student to be part of any other industry other than hotels?
Yes, absolutely. For example, big hospitals now require a lifestyle consultant, uh,
Okay.
a hospitality trainer, where who takes care of the entire hospitality section of the hospital.
Okay.
So basically, it is for big hospitals like maternity, dealing with maternities. They require hospitality trainers, so that they can also maintain their luxury in a
Okay.
particular way. Then you have real estates. Realtors are also looking for hotel management graduates, and both freshmen and professionals who can take care of their luxury segment. So
Okay.
there
So the guest
different.
relationship management at the
Yes.
hospitals and real estate this thing.
So hospitality, basically hotel management people, professionals have the best customer satisfaction. They've dealt with so much of customer services. They're requiring mostly all other fields. Now, companies like American Express and Barclays in Gurgaon, they've also started hiring lifestyle consultants and travel and tourism students, so that for their trainers.
So, Urvashi, tell us what kind of starting salary packages and career growth do you have in the industry?
So depending whether which college you come from. and whether you crack management training at the earlier pace, because students are the preferred ones in the industry. Then
Okay.
you have GSAs and other guest relation officers and other people. So generally colleges get their students placed, and it
Mhm.
depends on whether you are placed by you're picked up by management trainee as in their program. So your salary structure for the MT for beginning would be somewhere around 4 to 5 LPA, depending on which hotel, American Indian hotel you get picked up by. Once
Hmm.
you get one within a year's time, it gets once you get successfully employed, then your salary, there is a rise in it. Compared to other corporate industries, we do have a little it is still lying back. The
Okay.
salary in India hasn't really improved, but brands like Taj, Marriott, Hyatt, Radisson, they've started to pay their hotel management trainees and employees very well.
All right. And what kind of, how fast paced is the growth in the industry?
So I think because there are so many hotels in India and abroad, it just depends on how you work and how you want to update yourself. Uh,
Okay.
Compared to the myths that we hear about in hotel industry, that it's a slow industry and salaries are less, you have a lot of options. This is
Mhm.
the industry which got very badly hit in COVID, but
Right.
places like Goa, we did have tourism in it,
Hmm.
and the industry has come back within a year, within the shortest period of time.
Correct.
So you get a lot of options, and you have different segments that I think every employee should keep changing. If you're in F&B, you should try for a different brand, you should try for a different property hotel type, because
Mhm.
then that's how you grow in hotels.
Okay. So various kinds of properties that you've handled and worked with also make a difference in your
Yes,
overall
absolutely.
experience.
Yes.
Okay. So what is that one thing that you would like to suggest to people to keep in mind when they're, thinking of getting into this industry? Something that they can, work or keep as a motto to have a fast-paced growth.
So, for any layman who's trying to enter the industry, I would first say that choose your college well. Be it a government college or a private college, it really depends on where you are getting your education from. Firstly, so we do have NHCHMCT, that is the government organization that handles all the government colleges in India. There is a
Mhm.
list of top colleges, and it is very difficult to get in those colleges. We have colleges like Aichimpusa, Dadar. So, try and get into those colleges who have high ranking. uh, if you want to do it from private college or a government college, that completely depends on you, but it should have a good ranking
All right.
first. Because the program, people do not assess, students do not assess how the program is going to be. So
Mhm.
it is a slow process. You're learning in a 3-year 4-year long course, and the course is fun, but at the same time you need to focus on how to enter a good management training program, because
Okay.
that is how you will kickstart your career. So with
Okay.
all the trainings and opportunities that the college and early stage you're getting, I think you
Mhm.
will have to, an individual will have to take advantage of it.
All right.
Apart from it, you need to have people's leadership skills. You need to work on it. That will come with time, and but you will have to work on certain skills by yourself. So
Okay.
skills like soft skills, communication skills, because you're going to a service industry in which you're
Mhm.
dealing with people.
Right.
You will have to handle complaints. So whether you're in kitchen or front office rooms or sales, you have to deal with people. So you need
Right.
to work on those skills. then you need to understand and work in teams. If you're a person who does not wants to who's a loner basically, you will not be able to manage well, because you will need to allocate the task properly so that the task is completed in a efficient manner.
Right.
Then you need to learn from the right set of people. So when you're in the industry, you need to understand, learn, upgrade, and grow with the right set of people, so that you know about the opportunities. Hotels have a lot of opportunity. Hospitality industry is one of the largest industries in the world, providing the
Right.
largest GDP, and there are people growing. So that's the basic things that every hotelier who's planning to get in should understand.
Okay. Thank you so much, Urvashi. It was very nice talking to you and very enlightening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
That was Miss Urvashi Singh telling us about another aspect of, hotel management training. And it is very interesting to understand that if you're doing a course in hotel management, the course might suggest that it's just hotel management, but the reality is that with this course, you have a variety of industries where you can join after finishing your course in the even with the training in hotel management, the hospitals, the real estate, airlines, all these industries open up with just this one course for you. Your growth obviously depends on how updated and how much more knowledge you acquire as you switch to various roles. The most important thing I felt for this course, or anybody planning to get into this segment, this industry, is having people skill and being a team player. You cannot work alone. You have to have people around you who you work in tandem with. You cannot decide that, okay, if I have to handle this, I will do this alone. No, you will need support of your peers in your department. Your interpersonal skills, that's why, need to be good, and that is something only you can develop by observing and learning from your seniors as well as your peers. So if you're a team player and want to get into a industry where you can interact with people from various segments, a new experience every day, then I think hotel management is the course. The industry is, you can't say it's a hospitality or a hotel industry only. It is the service industry, and as it's evident from economies around the world, this is the industry which is gonna pick up the maximum amount of pace and growth. I hope you enjoyed the session and learned something from it. Please do share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.